It's Monday, January 13, and this is your Barbados Today Evening News Update. Much ado about nothing. That's how Agriculture Minister Indar Ware viewed recent complaints by farmers that the national tree planting exercise is taking up valuable pasture land for livestock. Ware told Barbados Today he has invited farmers to discuss their concerns, but so far no one has come forward. He made it clear that the tree planting exercise was being done in a systematic way and it would not interfere with farming. He suggested that farmers could still plant crops such as legumes, peanuts, yams, and potatoes between trees, so the whole notion that farmers will be negatively affected borders on ridiculous. The Democratic Labour Party is again demanding answers from the government about the work of crime consultant Darwin Doughton. At a panel discussion on crime, youth and opportunities last evening, DLP President Verla de Pisa insisted the country is yet to see the fruits of Mr. Doughton's labour, as she challenged the Mayor Motley administration to come clean on all its consultants.
Certainly by now, we should have heard what the remit of the consultant is, whether he has conducted any studies, given any reports, and what their purpose will be in terms of policy and action to curb the runaway crime statistics.
In response, Attorney General Dale Marshall today insisted that Doughton has been serving the country well, and government is so far pleased with his services. The Barbados Union of Teachers wants the government to step up action to appoint teachers, but President Sean Spencer told a press conference hosted by the Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations at the weekend to address challenges in the education system that there are too many vacant positions to be filled and too many teachers are waiting to be confirmed in their posts.
We are seeing that in secondary schools, these appointments have become so problematic that there are instances now where an entire department or two will be staffed entirely by temporary officers. So in fact, the person who becomes the head of the department is in fact also temporary. In terms of our primary schools, there are letters of appointment which have been dispatched by the PAD, it's been said, to the Ministry of Education, but the ministry itself has stated that they have not been in receipt of these letters. Now, when these letters are belatedly received, there is potential for the loss of NES refunds. And without these letters, teachers are often left with less favorable terms on loans, and in some instances, they are denied mortgages, and this certainly cannot represent what one would consider to be a joyful arrangement.
At the press conference, the National Union of Public Workers raised its concerns about the number of sick government buildings. According to the union's Deputy General Secretary, Wayne Waldron, the problem is not only affecting old buildings, but even the new ones.
The employer has a duty of care for a safe place of work, and we have to ensure that the buildings, their proper maintenance, we're very proactive. In fact, what's disturbing though, that even with the newer buildings, Baobab Towers and Warrens and Tower 2, there's severe complaints about environmental problems and stench. In fact, one of the ladies who were at Barbados Physical Service, Baobab Towers, would have collapsed. I'm not saying they attributed to the environment, but she collapsed last week. But not on this job, but I'm saying to you that there are some serious issues with the state of physical buildings and the lack of maintenance. Even the newer buildings, we have to question.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume revelers, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional happenings, the Jamaican psychologist says strong action is needed to address the growing incidence of domestic violence. We get more in this report from Television Jamaica.
Murders after murders. But what is more troubling? Men killing their partners. It's a situation which has left many across the society questioning the sudden rise in these murders. On Sunday morning, residents in Portmore gathered at the scene where a soldier shot and chopped his common-law wife, then killed himself.
Persons who have greater access to weapons are the ones most likely to use weapons. So many domestic disputes and violence tends to somebody who's a police, a soldier, a security guard, a firearm holder are likely to use these things when there's a situation that triggers disappointment, upset, frustration.
It's why psychologist Dr. Lakim Samaj says there needs to be some consistent levels of psychological assessment for these individuals.
Security guards, policemen, soldiers are high on the list of persons who could be caught up in domestic abuse situations. Their work is one in which they have to deal with a lot of problems, and if they aren't diffusing it, if they don't have someone they can talk to and they can put the problem and get it solved at a personal level, then their own problem now becomes even more pressing for them.
For Dr. Samaj, more needs to be done to cauterize the level of domestic violence island-wide. Hence, he's calling on the government and other organizations to increase public education programs.
On the international scene, Philippine authorities have urged a total evacuation of millions of people near the capital Manila after a volcano spewed ash up to 9 miles into the air Sunday, prompting warnings of a possible explosive eruption. The Taal volcano, located on the island of Luzon, is one of the country's most active. Images from the scene on Monday show streams of lava beginning to gush out the volcanic vent, the sky above still thick and dark with ash and steam. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology has raised the alert level to 4, meaning an explosive eruption could happen in the coming hours or days. The volcano is considered among the world's most dangerous. That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Azuma Media in bus terminals as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.